legit before. Whoa. See from here we gon' up. Made the call, I shown up. Now the game is on up. Say my name is blown up. We up, 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 we up.
I told her my name is Sam. She said no, no, all of y'all want some typical. Your boyfriend run for that diamond test 'cause they want the chicken.
Welcome everybody to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan, and we're joined by our reporter David Aldridge on the sidelines.
Here we go.
And it's Chicago to start out. And stolen by Worthy. To the inside. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
Holding nothing back there. George gives the dunk his all.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Now here is Smith. Over Robertson. And Davis sends it back.
What a play by Davis. You think you can get it over me? Nuh-uh. Not on my watch. And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Pass to Duncan. Takes the three. And another three for Charlotte.
Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best.
And Duncan gets it to go in.
It's rare that you see this from Duncan, so you know he had to really like the shot.
The kick out to Worth. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Shot clock at 6. Here's the three. Up again. Davis on the follow.
He's just beating everybody to the board, using his length, his skill set. The big fella Davis get it done.
And that one's good. Duncan.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good luck. Just couldn't find the mark.
Stan, no one knows Williamson's game more than you. You know it firsthand. Zion's physicality makes him incredibly difficult to defend.
Well, there's no question, Kevin. He's virtually unstoppable going to the basket. But as time goes on, you know everybody's athleticism decreases a little. If he's going to age well in the league, he's going to need to have that jump shot as a weapon.
I'm sure you told him that, didn't you?
I tried.
Three from Robertson. Chicago with the ball. 6-point game.
Out of bounds.
And it's sent back by George. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Duncan with it. Picked up by Davis. And so George will bring it up for Charlotte. Here's Duncan. All alone. And Duncan throws it down.
Yeah, and at 7-1, Duncan is a problem in the paint. Outstanding with his extension there, just hammering it home. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now, here's George after the miss from Tim Duncan. And George, here we go. That's good. And Robertson with the assist. And that's now 6 points for George. Chicago trails by 8. And here's Robertson outside. Rebound, Malone.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want to figure that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
From deep, George drops in the tray. George has got 9.
And what a smooth three-point shot. George has worked hard to develop that stroke.
Charlotte leading by 9. Here's Duncan. And Duncan throws it down hard.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
And until the defense makes an adjustment, there's no reason to go away from what they're doing.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for the finish. Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
Yeah, incredible play on both ends of the floor. There may be too big of a gap here.
Here's Duncan. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Charlotte. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with them. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Charlotte.
Timeout.
Well, they're playing with great pace, pushing the ball up the floor and attacking before the defense can get set.
And so far, just a great job forcing turnovers and creating opportunities in the open floor. The defense at the heart of that.
Charlotte calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of the game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Now here's Duncan. Outside, George. Jokic with the steal. In transition, here come the Bulls. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
What's great about Jokic, GA, is he can put up MVP numbers, and he's got a little personality to him, doesn't he?
He does. You can tell he loves life. He loves everything he does, especially when he's on the floor, making his teammates better. Love a big man who can pass. Great instincts. Duncan finds the open man there for the bucket.
Charlotte leading by 11. Pass to Duncan. Charlotte moving the ball around. George with the ball. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it.
Love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Now Duncan following the three-point attempt by Moses Malone. Drexler with him, picked up by Robertson. Robertson with the steal. Here's Duncan. And it's sent back by Jokic.
That reach to work. Jokic just erasing that shot attempt.
Charlotte.